Hi kids, it's me again, Joseph, your host and catechist. Welcome back to our channel and the Catechism for Kids series. Today, we are going to meet another saint, Saint Regina. Also known as Saint Regina French, is a well-known patron saint of Chieri, Italy. She is also venerated by Catholics worldwide and considered the patron saint of torture victims, shepherds, and against poverty. Regina was born in the early 3rd century in Elise, France, and was raised as a Christian by her mother, who was a follower of the faith. Regina is said to have kept much of her time by tending the sheep and in prayerful meditation. One interesting fact about Saint Regina is that her name means queen in Latin. It is said that she was given this name because of her regal bearing and dignified demeanor, even in the face of torture and death. Regina is often depicted in artwork with a lamb or a shepherd's crook, as a nod to her patronage of shepherds and her own work with sheep. Saint Regina was the daughter of a pagan aristocrat named Clement in Elise, Burgundy. When her mother died in childbirth, Regina's father placed her upbringing in the care of a Christian nurse attached to the family, who secretly baptized her. Regina was driven from her family's home because of her faith and lived as a poor, prayerful shepherdess, together with her governess. She worked in the fields by day, tending sheep to help support the household. In the fields, Regina grew closer to the Lord, meditating and contemplating his love and mercy, and praying to better emulate the lives of the holy saints and martyrs. At the age of 15, Regina caught the eye of the prefect of Gaul, Olybrius, a man of great importance. He became obsessed with the young woman and was determined to take her as his bride. He delighted in her noble upbringing, but was deeply disturbed to find that she was practicing the Christian faith. At that time, Christians were being violently persecuted and killed under the direction of the Emperor Decius. Olybrius attempted to persuade her to deny her faith so as to not only save her from persecution, but to secure her as a wife. She declined, refusing to recant her faith and professing it all the louder. In retaliation, Olybrius had her imprisoned. Regina was only 15 years old. She was arrested and subjected to various forms of torture for refusing to renounce her faith. She was burned and then was beheaded for her devotion to Christianity. Her death is said to have occurred around the year 286 AD, despite the brutal nature of her martyrdom. Young Regina remained steadfast in her faith until the very end. Regina was chained to the walls of a dark prison cell by means of an iron belt that was bolted to the wall. There she was left, while Olybrius participated in several military campaigns against invading barbarians, returning to his daily activities. After an absence of some time, he returned, hoping she may have changed her mind. On the contrary, her imprisonment had served to strengthen her resolve to live like the saints and martyrs, and maintain her chastity for the Lord. She refused to sacrifice 2 idols, and he angrily ordered her tortured. Regina courageously withstood whippings and scourging over the back of a wooden horse, raking with iron combs, burning with hot pincers and torches, and crucifixion. None of these could cause her to doubt the Lord or recant her faith, and as she continued to praise God. Lastly, she was beheaded, ending her life and her conversion of many witnesses present, who observed a solitary dove hovering atop her head during her torture. Saint Regina's relics were moved from Elise to Chieri in the 6th century. Her feast day is celebrated on September 7th, and it is a time for Catholics to reflect on her courage and devotion to God. Regina was canonized by the Catholic Church in the 9th century. In 864, her relics were transferred again to Flavigny Abbey, former Benedictine monastery, now occupied by the Dominicans, in Flavigny, France. Given the accounts of her martyrdom in art, Saint Regina is portrayed as a maiden bound to a cross with torches applied to her sides, imprisoned with a dove appearing on a shining cross, scourged with rods, or in a boiling cauldron. She is greatly venerated at Autun-en-Dijon, France, and in southern Germany. Honored in many martyrologies, Regina's feast is celebrated today, September 7th, or in the Archdiocese of Paderborn on the 20th of June. In the past, a procession was held in her honor in the town of Dijon. The history of the translation of Regina was the subject of a 9th century account. There are many places in France named Saint Regina after her. Another notable event in the life of Saint Regina is the miracle that is said to have occurred at her tomb. According to legend, a woman who had been suffering from a serious illness was cured when she touched the saint's relics. This event was seen as evidence of Regina's intercession with God and helped to cement her status as a beloved patron saint. Saint Regina was a young woman, firm in her faith and devotion to God, and willing to sacrifice her life for it. Well, that's all, kids, for today's saint. Thanks for watching, and hopefully her story can be an inspiration and learning for all of us. If you enjoyed this video, please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. You can consider becoming our member as well. See you next time, and God bless you always.